There was a time when we used to settle down where the water was available. Now it's not going to be a practical solution. So now is the time to take water from its source to where people are staying. And that is where the overall water management comes into the picture. Availability of water and making the water available to the people. This is where the real management lies. Our first speaker is going to talk to us about Mr. Nicholas from Suez.
What we all do when we get up in the morning, most of us, I believe, we do three simple things that I guess are necessary for us to enjoy the day. And what is that? It's all linked to water. It all requires water, or it has an impact on water. So that's our scope, municipal water. It is about managing resource, about treating water, distributing water, metering and billing, that's the administrative part, and customer management. Then the water cycle continues with sewage collection, sewage treatment, until it goes back into the natural environment. So at Suez we deal with all that. So here are a few figures of what we are in charge of. So worldwide, drinking water treatment plants, including desalination plants, traditional desalination for the time being, water distribution networks, sewage networks, wastewater treatment plants, and 19 million of customers that we take care of within water utilities. So now our focus today will be mainly on water distribution. So the 300,000 kilometers of network, distribution network that we are in charge of, managing the operation and maintenance. So what is it exactly? I'm sure you all know about that. So it's mainly, the main feature is that it is invisible. And there are many components, not only pipes. There are feeders, big pipes, water storage, distribution pipes, service connections, pumping systems, different kind of accessories, hydrants, valves, pressure regulating valves, and instruments, meters, pressure loggers, etc. And all this, something not stable. And in order to do the O&M of all this, we need also to implement supervision systems, control systems, so some technologies to know what's going on and to be able to reduce the water losses. As you can see, you may wonder that most of those components are metallic, right? They look metallic. However, we are switching slowly, more and more to plastic components, of course. And this I will skip. And we are implementing more and more HDPE pipes, of course. And in order to support us in doing that, we have set up in the beginning of year 2000, we have set up a dedicated lab to pipes, so it's called Pipe Lab. And the main objective of this lab is to know more about the aging of pipes, especially plastic pipes and HDPE pipes, and to be able to extend the lifetime as much as possible to ensure a long lifetime to water distribution networks. And in order to do that, we need to understand well the aging mechanism, what makes a distribution network get disturbed or damaged over the time.
I'm going to invite the next speaker, Jim Johnson from McElroy, who is going to talk to us about quality control and verification in butt fusion.
So one of the things that we always talk about is in terms of quality. One of the pieces, there's really 4 key functions that bring together a quality fusion joint, and that includes a qualified procedure, whether that's a BIS standard, whether that is an ISO standard, ASTM, DVS, whatever standard you work with in the world, using a qualified procedure. Next is a qualified operator, someone who's been trained on how to operate the equipment that they're using, to know what they're doing, and to know what the problems are associated with it. To use qualified equipment, if we do everything right, but we have equipment that won't do the job, we are shortcutting ourselves. And last, quality control. And when we bring all those together, we're really guaranteeing ourselves a quality fusion joint. So I'm going to go into this a little bit deeper. And defining quality assurance. The dictionary tells us that assurance is the act of giving confidence. ISO 9000 says part of a quality management system is focused on providing confidence in that system. What we really want to do is build confidence into the system to know what we've done, when we've done it, how we've done it, and who did it. There are very, very many ways to test and validate butt fusion. Many of those are destructive systems. One of those is the traditional reverse bend back system. This involves cutting a strap out of the pipe, bending it back on itself, and what you end up with is, as long as that joint can withstand that bend back, this is a very easy field test to do to validate that your procedure's done. The problem with that is if we 100% destructively test all of our joints, we aren't going to put very many fusions in the ground. So what we have to do is come up with some better ways to do this. The other thing that happens with this traditional test is it's really only good to a 25 millimeter wall thickness. Beyond that, the material is just simply too thick, too heavy to bend back, or it's too dangerous in case we let go of it. So what we have today is ASTM has a new standard. This is F3183, and this standard is called the guided side bend test. This is for materials 25 millimeters and thicker wall thickness. This gives you the ability to field test your fusion joints. Again, this is a destructive test, but it does give you the ability to test in the field. It takes another simple strap cut from the joint, and it bends it axially. So we're going to take a ram and bend it crossways across there with a controlled beam size and a controlled speed. That gives us a known stress level and gives us the ability to know whether that is there. It's a qualitative test. The standard goes through very, very discreetly what is a pass-fail in this process, whether that's a crack or a split. We want to see that that bend happens without any cracking, splitting, or breaking. Basically no brittle failures in that joint.
Can I ask Dr. Divan to do the honors and present Nicholas with the memento, please? Jim Johnston from McElroy. Thank you, gentlemen.